lupine form enables me to move like lightning and leap over obstacles barring my path. But the guise of the wolf brings with it its own kind of hunger and rage.
Hostility.
I am Raziel, firstborn of Kain's lieutenants. Kain wouldn't tolerate a creature more powerful than himself. After a millennium of service, I transgressed, and for my sins, Kain cast me into the abyss. Falling, time ceased to exist for me. Only pain. Gradually, I became aware of the Elder. His whispers echoing in my mind brought me back from the brink of insanity. Our covenant. Kain's death for my rebirth. Now I stalk the world, serving my need for vengeance. Feeding my hunger, my insatiable hunger. Salvation, revelation, deceit.
My first pick of the show for hottest game has to be Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Let's take a quick look at it.
One of our greatest features is that the whole world is streamed together. So you get this non-loading, continuous world where every level is just really super rich with detail because we're constantly bringing new data in. So it gives you this very immersive environment. As the game goes on, you acquire mechanics which make you explore more nooks and crannies of the world. So the game kind of blossoms from a hub and spoke kind of a model. You have lots of player mechanics. You can stab vampires through the heart and impale them, suck souls to gain energy, like she just did there. Check it.
it's my bath time. There's nothing I like more than a good, warm, cozy bath. In fact, I think I'll just turn this heater up a little bit.
What a bonehead. But at least he got to keep his soul. Introducing a world where you take more than life. You take the soul. Soul Reaver.
So when you're making my special ribs, the most important thing is to make sure you get all the coals covered with a lot of stuff, because there's nothing worse than a fire that isn't hot enough to cook these ribs. So there you go, you got to get them all covered, because boy, I'll tell you, nothing better than ribs off of a good hot grill, huh? You know it. Okay, get them all. There you go. Okay. Now, piece of resistance.
What a moron. But at least he got to keep his soul. Introducing a world where you take more than life. You take the soul. Soul Reaver.
Dad? Dad?
hat and the shoulder buttons will lock on your guy.
O único sucesso da Idols é ganhar uma continuação. Pra quem se amarrou em Soul Reaver, eu tenho uma notícia muito boa. Soul Reaver 2, Legacy of Kain, aqui pro Dreamcast. Reaver está de volta para PlayStation, PC e Dreamcast. E desta vez vai voltar no tempo para descobrir a verdade sobre a extinção dos vampiros e mais uma vez confrontar o seu nêmesis, Kain. O lançamento do game está previsto para o final desse ano.
A dlaczego powinna trafić w ustawę uderzą? Bo jest prosta, ale nie prostacka. Oto Soul Reaver 2, który jest... powiedzmy tylko tak, tytuł tej gry jest tak adekwatny, jak tylko jest to możliwe. Jest to... albo żeby powiedzieć to w inny sposób. Jest to tak bardzo druga część, jak tylko może być. Gra wygląda, zachowuje się i prezentuje niemal identycznie jak Soul Reaver 1, który nawet jeszcze nie był nazwany Soul Reaver 1. Mają dość nowe moce, nowe czary, będą nowi bossowie do pokonania i wszystko w porządku. Tylko że na razie z tego co widzieliśmy, można było go sobie pobiegać, machając mieczem, rzucić czary znane z poprzednich części i dlatego mamy tylko cichą nadzieję, że to będzie naprawdę bogata fabularnie kontynuacja. Bo jeżeli nie, to wyjdzie nam po prostu kolejna taśmowo produkowana gra, a bardzo nie chcielibyśmy zobaczyć czegoś takiego w przykładzie Soul Reavera.
Gra nie ukaże się na PlayStation, tylko na PlayStation 2 i Dreamcasta. Przykro nam z tego powodu, ale tak zdecydowało szefostwo firmy Eidos Dystrybutor.
Najzabawniejsze jest jednak to, że producenci mówili, że ta gra była już gotowa praktycznie w momencie... Znaczy, że pomysł na tę grę był już praktycznie gotowy w przypadku...
Eh oui, vous l'avez reconnu, le torturé Raziel. Pas encore totalement repu d'âme et de sang, l'ex-âme damnée de Kain s'apprête à revenir hanter votre Dreamcast. Toujours aussi fin techniquement, Soul Reaver 2 s'annonce déjà comme le prochain hit des DOS pour l'année 2001.
Our futures are predestined.
Play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled, ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
backyard again when I was a kid.
Show yourself, Kain. Here, Raziel. One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer.
Welcome, time-span soul. I should kill you where you stand. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. I intend to discover the truth behind all of this. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it. Seek Kain out and destroy him. The one who betrayed and destroyed you?
Kain indeed deserves to die. The Reaver is the key.
What's happening? This is madness! What have you done to me?
Dreams I rose, unwilling, tossed upon tides of pain that flowed and ebbed and left me searingly awake, and more revoltingly, alive. It was then I saw her for the first time.
I am Uma, and I am here to help you. Been asleep for 200 years. In that time, this is what has become of Nosgoth.
The natural order. Vampires preying upon humans.
Your name was drowned in the backwaters of passing time.
vampires in service to the Sarafan? Are they mad? Very well. Tell them Kain is coming, and I will deliver them all.
Ich halte alle Trümpfe in der Hand. Ergib dich, oder ich töte ihn.
Was interessiert mich das Leben eines Sterblichen? Doch der Gedanke, dich endlich zu töten, reizt mich. Sei ehrlich, Markus. Denkst du wirklich, du kannst mich aufhalten?
Du denkst, du erwischst mich.
Idyllische Landschaften, nette Dialoge und einen liebenswerten Hauptcharakter. All das werden Sie in Blood Omen 2 nicht finden. In dem Action-Adventure von Eidos begeben Sie sich stattdessen mit einem blutrünstigen Vampir auf einen unbarmherzigen Rachefeldzug, bei dem besiegte Gegner unfreiwillig als Blutspender enden. Im neuesten Ableger der Legacy of Kain Saga erwachen Sie in der Rolle des Antihelden Kain nach einem 200-jährigen Koma und müssen feststellen, dass eine kampfstarke Priesterschaft die Macht übernommen und fast alle Vampire vernichtet hat. Kain sinnt auf Rache und greift dabei auf ganz spezielle Fähigkeiten zurück. So kann der Obervampir beispielsweise zwecks Tarnung mit dem Nebel verschmelzen und durch erfolgreiche Blocks Wut aufbauen, die sich in einem mächtigen Schlag entladen lässt. Doch damit nicht genug. Durch das Blut der ebenfalls untoten Zwischengegner kann Kain bald übermenschlich weit springen, sich im Schatten verbergen und entfernte Dinge per Telekinese bewegen.
Lass mich in Ruhe.
Blut spielt übrigens im gesamten Spiel eine wichtige Rolle. Kains Lebensenergie erhöht sich nämlich durch das Aussaugen harmloser Passanten und widerspenstiger Kontrahenten. Dass diese ihren Lebenssaft nicht freiwillig rausrücken, liegt auf der Hand. Mit ihren rasiermesserscharfen Klauen, zahlreichen Block- und Angriffsmanövern können sie ihre Opfer jedoch relativ problemlos zur Strecke bringen. Ergänzt werden die packenden Kämpfe durch anspruchsvolle Rätsel, in denen es vor allem auf den geschickten Einsatz ihrer magischen Talente ankommt. Kann Kain beispielsweise einen bestimmten Schalter nicht erreichen, müssen sie den Geist eines nichtsahnenden Bürgers manipulieren, der das für sie übernimmt. Grafisch weiß der Titel mit tollen Animationen und detailreichen Effekten zu überzeugen. Die spannende Story und die düstere Atmosphäre werden durch klassische Musik und die hervorragende Synchronisation ergänzt. Zu empfehlen ist Blood Omen 2 also nicht nur für Horrorfans. Zu Risiken und Nebenwirkungen fragen Sie den Publisher Ihres Vertrauens oder Ihren Spielehändler.
What's on the mind of a Blood Omen disciple at a time like this? Conquest, power, and blood. Always blood. Find your dark side. Blood Omen 2 by Eidos Interactive. Rated M for mature.
mind was in fragments.
You were struck down and destroyed.
Death.
I am Uma, and I am here to help you.
From the shards of tattered dreams I rose. I am Kain.
You have been asleep for 200 years. This is what has become of Nosgoth. Blood is your life. Vampires possess dark gifts. You have the ability to assume a mist form. Know that you are stronger and faster than mortal men. Able to jump higher and farther than any human that ever lived. It's time for you to learn how to kill.
I needed little training in how to kill. Tell them Kain is coming.
Das sind Kain und Raziel. Richtig, wir sind am Eidos-Stand und es gibt ein neues Legacy of Kain Spiel. Überraschung, hier spielt im gleichen Spiel sowohl Kain als auch Raziel, nämlich kapitelweise. Hier sehen wir den bösen Vampir bei ersten Kämpfen. Und hier Raziel. Leider ist auch hier durch das Abfilmen die Bildqualität nicht optimal. Ich kann euch aber versichern, das Spiel sieht hammermäßig geil aus. Das hier ist die PS2-Fassung, die Xbox-Fassung sieht noch einen Tick besser aus. Die Grafik ist einfach Hammer. Da hat Eidos auf jeden Fall nochmal richtig die Latte nach oben gelegt. Die Spiele sahen ja noch nicht schlecht aus, aber das ist nochmal ein richtiger Schritt nach vorn.
Le dernier épisode était peu convaincant, mais Eidos récidive avec Legacy of Kain, Defiance. Peu d'infos sur ce nouveau titre qui met encore une fois en scène le terrible Kain, ainsi que Raziel, le héros de Soul Reaver. Plus abouti techniquement que Blood Omen 2, on espère qu'il sera également plus intéressant. Mais pour le savoir, il faudra patienter, aucune date de sortie n'étant annoncée.
Relinquish your will and feed. No.
Poor little Soul Reaver. Tough break, kiddo. Luckily, there's at least one godless, inhuman, badass vampire left to fend off the really sinister otherworldly type. Yup, in Eidos' upcoming Legacy of Kain, Defiance, you'll get to hail the return of the king. The Vampire King, Kain.
What was that?
Legacy of Kain Defiance brings returning characters Kain and Raziel together for their first virtual team-up. Kain is the original imposing warrior King Bloodsucker, and Raziel here has the ultra-nifty power to collect souls. What could possibly bring this odd couple together, you ask? Well, suffice it to say, nobody you'd want to blind date. All that's sure at this point is that Kain and Raziel face, in alternating chapters, the Helden, a collective enemy that's so bad that even the bitterest of rivals must join forces against it.
I can see into your heart, Raziel.
What follows promises to be a lengthy journey through this world and the next. As it happens, though, our unlikely heroes are both pretty well equipped to face whatever crosses their paths.
Sound the alarm! Vampire!
The Soul Reaver Raziel moves quickly, slashes faster, and finishes off his adversaries by gathering their eternal spirits into himself. Apparently, it tastes great and is less filling.
Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
Kain, on the other hand, well, where should I begin? Kain is simply put a real badass. Not only can he climb walls and mist through bars and gates, but he has these super telekinetic powers that lets him toss people around like rag dolls. Yeah, so I know what you're thinking, and you're right. That's definitely pretty cool. Ouch, even. Not only that, but he can drain victims from a distance, put the regular vampire bite on you, or simply skewer you with his sword. Anyway, while some people might say that a mind is a terrible thing to waste somebody with, we think it's going to be a lot of fun. Whee! So while the game is still months and weeks away from prying eyes and eager fingers, from what we've seen, the basics are in place for some very satisfying action-adventure combat. So we can't really tell you what lies beyond the proverbial curtain for Kain and Raziel. Our lips are sealed. But if you hang in there, I'm sure you'll find a way to suck it out of us. Until then, believe me when I say, you ain't seen nothing yet.
thought I heard something.
Whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny. What was a king to do?
After 4 games of blood-sucking, soul-reaving, and cliffhanger endings, Kain and Raziel return to take care of unfinished business in Legacy of Kain, Defiance.
No more questions. No more worship. Time to run. Time to scream. Time to die.
This time he plays both Kain and Raziel, alternating between levels. Defiance picks up immediately after the end of Soul Reaver 2, which was actually centuries before the beginning of Soul Reaver 1, and about the same time as Blood Omen. Sort of. It's complicated. Just smile, nod, and go with it. The last 2 games had fairly weak combat.
Oh, it remembers that, does it?
But Defiance goes to moderate lengths to remedy this. In what can best be described as a Devil May Cry-like fighting style, Kain and Raziel hack their foes up with special speed combos and air juggle attacks. After you stun them, you can suck their blood or steal their soul to boost your health. Booyah! With authority! It's fun the first 2 times, but you'll be doing this a lot. Kain and Raziel's attacks are all pretty much the same, and there's a real lack of variety when it comes to the enemies. There are zombies, and angry human vampire hunters, and the occasional shadow monster thing. And that's about it. After a while, mopping the floor with nondescript monsters gets to be a bit of a chore. The chore is worth taking on, though, due to the absorbing and well-written story.
Raziel is not what you think. You dare imagine what I think.
It might not make a lot of sense if you haven't played the previous games in the series, but the excellent voice acting and twisting plotline make Defiance hard to put down, even if you don't know who Mortanius and Janos Audrin are.
First, your omniscience, and now your powers. You're slipping badly.
Be ready for a lot of Kain's musings.
These statues were singularly inanimate. I knew better than to assume they would always remain so.
And lots of Raziel being introspective.
The madness of this place had somehow fueled my rage. And as it subsided, I felt no elation.
And hey, check out the big baddie, the Elder God. That eye looks strangely familiar.
I can see into your heart, Raziel.
But not hacking up monsters and defying fate itself, you'll spend much of your time solving puzzles in the vampire forges. While the puzzles are pretty good, the forges themselves are almost all identical. It's way too easy to get mixed up and lost in these damn curved hallways.
Hey, Victus!
Even with its minor problems, Defiance is the best Kain game since the first Soul Reaver, and provides a much-needed closure for the storyline. That's right, Kain fans. No cliffhangers here. Just intrigue, a few long-awaited answers, and a 4 out of 5.
One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars.
This is the final step. My body is a map of scars that has led me here. Centuries of torture have prepared me for this moment. I am destroyed. But I am stronger than death. I am reborn. I am a Soul Reaver.
I am not who you think I am. I was Khan of Seta. I had a wife. We were expecting a child. Then the Soul Eater came. He killed everyone. Killed me. When he ate my soul, I did not die. I am trapped in my killer's body. Now he follows me wherever I go. A ghost that only I can see. Everyone in this world thinks me a monster. Maybe they're right.
I am stronger than death. I am reborn.